Hey y'all, welcome to Wolf Homestead. Today I wanted to talk about what to feed your goats and what not to feed your goats. There's been a lot of trial and error on owning goats and knowing what is the best thing for them to eat. I just had this huge conversation on TikTok about goat minerals, and just as simple as what types are the best kind that we've found. These are all ideas that I'd like to share with you for your goats and what I think is the best way to feed them. As far as food goes, your goats' diets are mostly hay and forage. Those are the two biggest things your goats need to be healthy. Then you start moving in to your minerals. There's a ton of good minerals and there's a ton that are not so great. Your goats need copper in their minerals. So any type of mineral that says it's for goat and sheep's, or if it's just a livestock mineral, those are not going to be good enough for your goats. Your goats need something that has a lot of copper in it, and sheep cannot have copper, so they won't put it in something with sheep. So the ones that I have found so far that I have really liked and think have done a really good job for my goats have been Manna Pro, have been Purina, and I've heard a lot of really good things about Sweetlix as well. These are all loose mineral, so they're not in a block, it's just in a bag, and it's just a bunch of loose minerals. That is another thing I've researched that is best for your goats, is a loose mineral. If you get a mineral block, yes, they can eat it, yes, they can chew it. It's not bad for them. The only problem with a block mineral is that they're not going to be able to get the amount that they need to get from that mineral block. A loose mineral provides them an easy access to get the amount that they need when they need it. Hay. For hays, a lot of different people will do, a certain hay in the beginning of when they're super tiny, and they'll swap eventually. I have done it to where I just stick to one hay from start to finish. If I need to add anything into their diet, I'll do that in like a pellet form. So we do coastal Bermuda hay. That's the one they've been eating since they were born up until now, and they all love it. They eat it all the time. I always fill up our hay feeders that we've made here with our trash cans. I fill both of them twice a week. So sorry. I do not fill them twice a week. I fill them every 2 weeks. Sorry. I fill up the hay feeders every 2 weeks, and that'll feed them for that period of time. I also free range my goats. I'll let them out and they'll go forage in the woods, and they will eat the trees, they'll eat the brush, they'll eat all the things that they can eat out there. Surprisingly enough, yes, there is a lot of things that goats should not have out in the woods, or even in something you've planted around your house. Here's the good news. A lot of times your goats will know what they can and cannot eat. They're very smart in that way of not normally eating what they're not supposed to eat. Also, there's a lot of big things where people will say, your goats can eat anything and they eat everything they want, and that is true. They will. It does not mean it's good for them. If you're gonna do treats, I always try to stick with very natural treats, right? I will give them fruits, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, lettuce, cabbage, pears, watermelon, apples, strawberries, blueberries. There's all kinds of things you can give them that's going to be good for them to eat, and something that they could find out in the wild to eat as well. Giving them stuff that they wouldn't normally find when they're out in the wild isn't something I choose to do. I try to stay away from things that is man-made, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I try to just go with the things that you can naturally grow to be able to feed them. And always remember that they want clean water all the time. You want to make sure you have clean water for your goats always. I also do a free choice bucket of baking soda. Baking soda is really good for them. It's like a free choice medicine, basically, for them to help their bellies if they have an upset belly. So this will help prevent bloat issues if they just have eaten way too much and their bellies feel like they're going to explode and they're gurgling and they're not able to get out what they need to get out. The baking soda will help that. And you can do any type of baking soda, Arm & Hammer, Walmart brand, whatever kind of baking soda you can grab. You can just put a little bowl out for them to be able to get to whenever they need it. So that's about it for our tips on what to feed your goats and what not to feed your goats. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, like always, please just drop it in the comments. I love to teach what we have learned. And like I said, it's a trial and error thing with goats sometimes. And if you can know the best ways to feed them right off the bat before even getting them, that's the way to do it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.